Hey guys, Ricardo here and welcome to another blog tech tips. Today's tutorial guys, I have here my S26 Ultra, and of course I'll be demonstrating on this particular device how to fix the moisture detected warning. Now of course this is a common issue that happens. I'm going to be only demonstrating to show you all the ways that I've used in dealing with this particular error. This is what error looks like. And of course, it will read something like this. Check charger USB port. There's moisture or foreign material in your charging port. USB port check before charging. Usually it's moisture that's in the port. And of course, it can be as a result of maybe you were in the rain. Maybe you have sweaty palms. Maybe you're in a very humid environment. I've seen a number of cases where this pop up on devices. And of course, it's usually moisture. It could also be lint, another material, but the main one or the main culprit is moisture. Now, of course, it will say, warning, don't use the charging or USB port, meaning because there's liquid, it can cause damage to your device. So what happens is that the device disables the charging port to make sure that it doesn't cause any form of electrocution. You can actually read the warning. It may be similar to mine here, or of course, it may be different when you actually read the information. And you'll see warning, unplug charger immediately. And it says we have detected moisture or foreign material and so on. Check your charging port for any material, dry the port, and shake out any moisture, right? And it says in the meantime, you can charge your phone, and it gives some suggestions, all right? So I'm going to break down all of the main suggestions because whenever you're having this problem, it tends to be so bad that it prevents your device from being charged. This will apply not only to the S26 Ultra device, but it will also apply S26, S26 plus any of the variants, even past devices as well. So let's, without further ado, get straight into the fix. Now, of course, these devices use a USB type C port that you can actually see here. Now, of course, this USB type C port, as you can see, is very delicate. And what's happening is that the moisture is within here. So what you want to do, guys, is one of the quickest ways I find to dry out the port is to go ahead and get some cotton or go to the bathroom and get a piece of toilet paper. You want to go ahead and you're going to use the toilet paper. You're going to fold it. You don't need as much as me here, but you're going to fold it into a point. As you can see here, triangular point like this will work very well. And what you want to do here is you want to get it up into the port and you want to clean out the port completely. All right, so what's happening here is that once you clean out the port, this is very absorbent and it will start absorbing any water that's inside of the port. All right, so once you do this, get it all the way up in there. And once you do that, it will get rid of all the moisture. All right, so take some time, take your time, get the moisture or the excessive moisture out. All right, next thing that you can do as well, if there's any form of lint that you may see, get a toothpick. Use non-conductive material. I suggest plastic. This is a plastic toothpick, or of course a wooden one will work. Do not use any form of metal. And you want to clean out the port. You want to remember there's a central piece. So carefully clean to both sides and around those curves. If there's any lint, it will remove the lint. And that's just an extra precaution because that lint material might be attracting moisture towards it and keeping it in the port or any form of dirt, and the warning will not go away. After this, go ahead again and try to charge your device. So go ahead and hook up your charger and see if you're able to charge. The next thing to do, guys, is to get a wireless charger. And of course, if you have a wireless charger, because the port is the problem, you can get some relief and get some charge, especially if your device is going to die, if you have a wireless charger. So if you have a wireless charger, go ahead, guys, and what you want to do is place your device on the wireless charger. If you have a case, make sure it's wireless compatible. Or of course, if the case is not wireless compatible, go ahead and remove the case and place it on the charger. It will bypass the port and the device will start charging. If you don't have a wireless charger, here's a bypass that works. You're going to go ahead and you're going to power off your device. In my case here, go ahead and power down completely. And of course, this tends to work. So just in case you don't have a handy wireless charger hanging around. Now you're going to get your charger. Make sure it's plugged into the outlet. You're going to place this just at the entrance here, but do not place it all the way in. And what you're going to do is you're going to press on power. And I'm just demonstrating here. As soon as you see that first logo, go ahead and place it all the way in. what happens is that the device systems has not fully booted up. So what happens is that you will be able to bypass the charge because as that system initially starts to load, it will not load the protective measures and it will go ahead and charge. But before you try this method, make sure that your port, there's actually no water. So if you're finding out that the port is dry and what you get is a false positive, I suggest that method. Sometimes that method is able to jumpstart the charging. And once it jumpstarts the charging, you'll find that you're able to charge because it bypasses the warning. And of course, you may have to try that a few times before the system allows you to charge fully. Another thing to try, guys, is to go ahead, guys, and get what we call a dehumidifier. A dehumidifier, what it does, guys, is that it sucks in humid here. And of course, this one was cheap. I bought this online a few years ago. Let me show you. There's a top section there. And of course, there's a section here. You can notice that it's been used a lot. You can see a lot of lint. But what happens is that it will collect water in this section here. Although it takes water from the here, what I do, guys, is I do with mine, guys, is I place this here. As I said, the water catchment is here, and I turn it on, and I find which port is the intake port, meaning the port that sucks air in. And of course, what I do is I place it on top like this, place it against a wall. I turn on the dehumidifier, and what it does is to suck the moisture out. Be warned, there's another device that's known as a humidifier that adds moisture. That's not the one I'm speaking of. I'm speaking of the dehumidifier, the one that takes water from the air. And you'll know because the dehumidifier, the one I'm speaking about, has a water catchment tank that catches the moisture that is condensed here. So what it does is to suck and remove any moisture that might be in the port, and I find that this works very well. I think that works for me with this fix when moisture warnings are shown. Sometimes the port is dry and the warning will continually persist and won't go away. So that's why I'm giving you multiple solutions. Another thing to do, guys, if you're out in public, such as a hotel, or maybe you are just out and about, if you can find a bathroom with one of those hand dryers where you place your hand beneath it. I haven't tried this one personally, but based on experience and how the problem works, I think it should work. So what you can do is try to get one of those hand dryers, and if you're out in public and you don't have access and you need to charge your phone or whatever it is, you want to try to get some toilet paper. You can always find that. Once it's dry, to speed up the process as well, you can place the port beneath the hot air. It's not so hot that it will cause damage, and you can actually remove the case, and you can add the moist or warm air to the port, and it will actually drive off the extra vapor. Any other device that behaves in a similar way might be able to help as well, but I only suggest the things I know to work, such as the dehumidifier. That one definitely works. I've tried that and it always works. The toilet paper works. The other thing with the ports and so on work as well. All right. Another thing that you can do, guys, sometimes when the problem persists and is very stubborn, you're gonna go to your settings. Let's see if I can remember how this goes. So you go to your apps, and I think you want to show system settings. So tap, let me carefully show you. So tap right here with those lines. You're gonna say show system settings. You're gonna turn on that toggle because the system files are hidden. These are these Android face files. All right, and what you want to do is search. It's in alphabetical, or you can search here, search USB. And there you go, USB settings. And that has to do with the USB port here. This is a USB Type-C port. Sometimes the cache needs to be cleared. So you're going to go to storage and you're going to clear cache and clear data. What this does, it clears the cache and the cache data of the port itself. By doing that, what happens is that it gives the port a refresh, and usually the errors will disappear. So clear cache and clear data. I'm not going to do it for mine. Mine is fine. Just demonstrating. So go ahead and clear cache, clear data for the port, and that will give the port a refresh. All right, so let's recap. So you should be able to fix the issue now because, of course, I've given you can use a wireless charger. That is a bypass. It will help you in the interim, but of course, you still need to clean the port, remove any lint if there's any lint, and of course, dry toilet paper works best, even over cotton or other materials. And I find that clearing the ports sometimes help. It gives the port a refresh. You can also do the boot up and plug in method. That works as well. And of course, if you dry the port and keep the port dry, eventually, even if it still persists, the error will eventually go away. Hope that was useful. And if this was useful, guys, please share. And as always, thank you for tuning in. Ricardo from Blog Tech Tips. Saying bye until next time. Bye.